The Red Cauldron, a 1.3 kilometre roller coaster slicing through the red earth. To win here, you must be perfect every time. No hesitation, full commitment. Maximum attack. Welcome to the FIA World Rallycross Championship from Nyirád in Hungary. What a view here for round 3 of the FIA World Rallycross Championship. You join us on Sunday morning, and I'm going to tell you that those shots were from yesterday because it was blue skies yesterday. Andreas Bakkerud here with me. Morning, mate.
Morning.
It's not blue skies today.
No, actually, it was just raining just before we went on here. I still can feel some drops on my hands, so it's interesting. It was the forecast was like 35 degrees, sun shining, you know, sunburn.
Yeah,
we were afraid.
We were worried because
yeah.
the sun was going to be here. Just hang on just a second, because the support category is coming by. Hold on. It's so good that you here. I know you guys can't see it. Sorry about that. Sometimes you have to, you have to live the dream through us. If you missed yesterday, let's take a look at a quick highlights package of yesterday's action. We can show you some of the drama that occurred, some classic turn 1 stuff here. It's tight, turn 1. Little tap for Johan. He managed to get away with it. Johan actually said, didn't he, when you get away with it, you look like a rock star. He said, I didn't mean to take that much risk in turn 1.
No, and that was a crucial start in Q1 for him to win the start, beating Clara off the line.
This made his whole week. Yeah, Kevin Hansen had a little spin, unfortunately, after a tiny bit of contact with Clara. There's another look at turn 1. This was Gronholm up the inside, and one of the Hansens as well. Johan edged his teammate OC Vaby out with a great Joker strategy. But this is the big news. Timmy Hansen. So overnight, the mechanics, I saw them at breakfast this morning. They were up until 1 a.m. changing the rear motor on this car because the gearbox had leaked oil into the motor. They only found it because one of the voltages wasn't right. So they stayed up till 1 in the morning. You can see what's happened. He's gone out this morning for free practice, Andreas. He didn't manage to turn a lap. So that is literally, that picture was a couple of minutes ago. He's scheduled to race at 10:55. So in theory, at 10:55, that car has to be ready. Bearing in mind the rain here, bearing in mind they were up until 1 in the morning to get that car repaired. I don't know whether or not Timmy Hansen's going to make the start. So big drama for the Hansen squad. They'll be working very hard over the next few minutes. Let's get ourselves started then with some Euro RX3 action. That's Super 1600 if you're old school like me and Andreas. So, Andreas, you won that championship twice?
I did, 11 and 12, and I finished 3rd in 2010 with my own team.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's back in the days of Baby Blue.
Yeah, Baby Blue.
The Baby Blue squad. So when I first met Andreas, it was 2013, and it was the blue car and everything, and then, of course, you moved on to racing with Liam Doran. Have a look at the track map. You can see it in the background there. You've got the Joker as well. We've got a neat little flag which we can show you which of the lanes is which. It's a tarmac start onto the loose into turn 1, which has 2 crests in it, then a concrete tarmac long sweeping right-hander up to the top of the hill. Andreas, we saw a few people passing up there in turn 4 and 5.
Absolutely. Another thing worth mentioning, it's a big elevation change here, starting in the bottom and climbing up the mountain and then back down again. Yeah,
it feels like that. And then the entry to the standard lap is absolutely rapid. You have to check up a little bit more. You can see the 2 lanes. So the left-hand side with the yellow branding, that is the Joker lap, and on the right-hand side, as you're looking at it, is the standard lap. Obviously, the drivers, it's left and right coming down. We're going to have a ride on board with Clara Anderson from morning warm-up. So let's take a look from and
remember, she was second fastest yesterday in the practice, so she's quick. Here you have like turn 1, over a little crest, over to concrete on tarmac. Very hard braking. You need to get that exit correct so that you have a lot of speed up to turn 3 and 4. Cutting the curb on the inside, gravel on the outside. You don't want to go there. Straighten up the car. Down the straight for turn 6, 7. Very fast this bit here, and as you can see, it's polished on the left. That's where you need to be in that line. Quick rotation in turn 8, and there it's a little chicane and a tricky part up to turn number 10, which is the finishing corner. You kind of want to make the rotation, stop the car, and then go.
Right then, let's get cracking, shall we, with Euro RX3. On the inside, Nicholas Gellins, then it's Rogerio Souza, Tamas Vech and Levente Couture on the outside. So remember, it's slowest first, so these are the results effectively from qualifying 2. We're in the third of our 4 qualifying sessions. They get points from each of those sessions according to where they finish, and then that will see them in the intermediate classification. Here you go, it's a better little graphic to help show you what we're talking about. So 2 sessions this morning, and then top 12, I say 2 times 6 for the semi-finals, and 6 cars through to the final.
Gelane's had a great speed yesterday, but he got caught in traffic.
Yes.
Sousa is actually brilliant in the start. Both the brothers, actually.
Yeah, we had them side by side yesterday, didn't we? Which is a nightmare. When I kind of feel for the Hansens with that as well. The last person you want to be competing against is your teammate and a family member. So luckily they're in separate races this time in Euro RX 3. Gellens yesterday, Andreas, he had good starts, but then in turn 1 was maybe not quite aggressive enough. But it's such a fine line between aggressiveness and ending up in the wall. So
it is.
Gellens on the inside needs to get away here and hold that line. And you might have seen from Clara's onboard lap just a minute ago, they do their free practice from their grid slot. So you get a go from your own grid slot, and that's why Clara didn't take the racing line into turn 1. She took her line, which is from the pole, assuming you've won the start. And that's what Gellens needs to do here. So Gellens versus Sousa on the inside. Remember, on the outside, Beck and Couture can take maybe more speed into turn 1. They can be a bit braver on the brakes. Let's see how this goes down. So on the inside, Gellens and Sousa have got a good start. Outside as well, Levente Couture. Sousa goes late, but Gellens has gone aggressive on the inside. Go on, stick it in there. So Sousa's going to get the whole shot, but Gellens is in P2. That's more like it, Andreas. Yeah, but as at the same time, you know, Gellens had the inside line. He should have used his elbows there to
You'd have got more aggressive.
Oh, yeah, 100. Oh, no! Couture's over!
Oh, a big one.
Back on the wheels. So Couture goes over up at the top of the track. I've got a red flag. We've seen a red flag immediately. I'm surprised about that when it's on its wheels, but fair enough. So they're going to stop this one.
I wonder if he just nudged the wall there on the inside, or caught the rear wheel of Veg, and catch some air.
Typically, Andreas, I was looking at you and smiling.
And I was.
You said I would have gone way more aggressive. We're grinning at each other here, and then it happened. So we'll get a replay of that, I'm sure. The guys in the truck.
It didn't look too bad, to be honest, but it was a high roll and in high speed, so it could have gone.
I don't think the impact was too harsh, like it's the sliding on the roof. But if the cage is intact, then it'd be okay. So he's out the car. Oh, he's not happy. Live shots of the driver getting out of the car. He's not happy. You're never happy when you have a shunt, but that suggests to me, Andreas, he doesn't think it's his fault.
No, that's true. And also, you know, these guys are young talents coming up. You know, having a roll takes a big chunk out of your budget, and that's always painful.
Here it is in the background.
Trying to sneak up the inside. Just touches wheels to wheels, and then, you know, not much he could have done.
So we're going to restart race 1, and of course that's going to be without Couture because we've seen him get out of the car. Fair old impact, Andreas, upside down on the front right. There will be a bit of damage on that. I don't think I don't know, looking at the top of the roll.
Cage looks fine from our angle.
It's fine. Everything's fine. He's annoyed, but actually his reaction, I don't think was, with hindsight, it's not a reaction, is it? It was his fault, basically. He went for a move.
100%.
He was unlucky to get a wheel touch, because when you get 2 wheels touched like that, you get launched.
I think it's more the fact that, you know, frustration, and you know, these are young talents coming up. You know, they spend all their money to go racing, and then you flip a car, you know it's going to be costly, you know.
Exactly. I think people at home sometimes don't realise that some of these guys will be spending every single penny they earn and the credit cards. That's how
and not only the money and cash, the amount of work.
Yeah, the hours.
No, running my own car, my own team.
Yeah.
Dang. You don't want to crash. You don't want to crash.
Now you realise why the teams were so annoyed when you crashed their cars. You're like, whoa, what's the problem? It's that. But yeah, now we realise. So at least with Rallycross, we don't mess about. Look, the Volvo construction equipment providing all the various bits of machinery out on track to get things done. What do you reckon? That look, top right corner of the.
It doesn't look too bad, to be honest.
It's the top of the. It's the top of the window that I was concerned about. If we go up left, you'll see there.
Oh, there, yeah. But always there's a little gap to the road cage.
Yeah, there is.
I don't know.
It's done a lot. You can see the cage.
Yeah.
Is that the cage through the screen?
I don't know. It's hard to see.
Maybe. Okay, well, we'll find out in the next session. If Couture doesn't make it out for Q4, it probably is game over.
Yeah.
The red lights are still flashing around the circuit here at Nyirád, but we'll get those out of the way.
One thing I want to mention here in the start is often like you heard the drivers saying like, oh, I feel a bit sketchy for turn 1, you know, it's tight. Braking on the gravel, sometimes they water the gravel before turn 1. You don't really know. At the end of the day, as a rallycross driver, you only have one job, and that's to do the start well and properly, and then you can start focusing on the next work task.
So it's just
you
the
need
start
to
is
split.
the first thing.
Like, it's hard, especially for the younger guys. Like I think Gelane's here in the first start, we saw he had the inside, he should have had his elbows out, you know. I think maybe sometimes the drivers are too focused on the whole package instead of like break it down to different work tasks. First thing is focus on the green light, react fast, be ready in time, all that stuff, get your RPMs settled, and then when you do that start, bam, turn 1.
Start first, then turn 1.
Elbows out.
Then turn 2, then turn, break it down.
Robin's racing and rallycross is rubbing.
Gellin's on the inside then from Rogério Sousa, Tamasvek, and unfortunately Couture, as you saw, ended the first attempt of the battle. Look at the marshals here, they're dialed and we love it.
Yeah.
Little spots of rain, as you saw our director Steve was showing us the puddle with the rain, and it's still the wipers are a little bit on. Second attempt is always gutting if you have to do it again, because you want to make sure that you get it dead right. Very even reaction time across the grid, down towards Johan. Gellins is getting away now. This is a much better start. Gellins with a whole shot, but he can't come around the outside from there. Needs to hope he doesn't get a nudge. Sousa's given him a little nudge from behind, Rogério Sousa, but not much. Now Gellins is away, so that's great for him. Second start, gets the whole shot, and only 3 cars.
He needed good a clean race, because we saw yesterday he had some good pace, but he was in traffic. So no, he get the chance to put down the hammer and set some good times, get up there in the standings, and push on to be up there for the semi-finals. Seeing Sousa getting into the Joker, I think that's a great tactic when you're a P2 in a 3-man show. I think that's the best way to go.
Absolutely. We spoke about this yesterday, didn't we? It narrows the tactics down. If you're second off the start there, then that's what you've got to get done. Andreas, you noticed this morning that lap times were very quick.
I was about to say something about it. They cleaned the track from yesterday to today. The tarmac is swept. The gravel is not put back to the original line, so the track is very, very fast, and I think it's going to be fast now and then go slower, because you tend to bring the dirt and the sand and dust to the tarmac. So right now the tarmac is very quick. We have Johan Ritkonen in the office here with us.
Yeah, he's just joined.
What changed on the track from yesterday to today? The tarmac is more grippy, or the gravel, or the combined?
It's gravel is better.
Gravel is better, but also the tarmac looks much cleaner.
Yeah, it's of course it's cleaning, and the grip is really high level, but gravel is now nice.
Nice.
I know the tiny bit of drizzle that we've got, lads, just a little bit of rain. I mean, that might help keep the dust down. It's not really going to make any difference to lap time, is it, at the minute?
I don't think so.
Yeah, they also use Dustex here. Norwegian brand, actually, from Salzburg. I learned yesterday. I met one of the workers there.
You should have lied about that. Yeah, really clever.
Basically, it's the thing from the trees. You know, the
tree sap.
Tree sap mixed with some materials that you spray down on the gravel to combine the gravel.
It binds it together, does it? They use a lot at Höljes, and Höljes always stands up so well. Yeah.
So Höljes use it the whole year around. We see when we travel the world that different tracks do it differently. Like here, they only spray during race weekends.
Gellins, the gap's come down. So Gellins, our predictor was showing that Gellins was going to hold on with 4.1 seconds, but Sousa is on a bit of a flyer here. So Sousa has just done, and Sammy said that, the lap time looks slower, so I reckon Sousa might have lost time in the final sector.
I think Gellins had a bad first lap, but then picking up pace, lap 3 now, 48.6, whereas Sousa did 49.0.
Still saying it will. So yesterday, actually, Andreas, do you remember the Joker yesterday for RX3 was 4, and the Joker's down to 3.6, I think the predictor said.
Yeah.
So at the minute, he still has enough, and it's gone up. So Sousa did take time off him, and it's gone away. So here comes Gellins now. This has been a great drive after a restart, which is always nervy for a driver. Oh, Sousa's on a big attack on the inside. That Gellins needs to get on this. Gets on the throttle just early enough, finds the traction and gets away. Look at the blue groove down there on the dirt. really one clear line now. So Gellens is going to set the benchmark for everybody else in the session. First time he's got away and got a whole shot and got a good run in. So Gellens has done a 3:23.7. Yesterday that would have been enough to win either session, but as the lads have been saying, the track conditions have changed, so that's a decent run from Gellens.
That was 4 consistent laps together. I think still he could have been a little bit more aggressive with the tires in lap 1 to gain a little bit more speed, but that comes with experience. Not everyone can be as good as me.
Gellens with the win and a 3:23.7. I say it is the fastest time in Euro RX 3 so far this weekend, but Andreas said maybe could push more, but you know what as well, that's the first good clean start he got, and I bet he was thinking just no mistakes, and that's equally valuable. Right, we're getting ourselves ready for race number 2 in RX3. Another 4 cars on the grid and ready to go. Look at the marshals. Look at them all standing there all the same. You watch the marshals, everyone. We're going to get graphics and stuff, but I want you to watch the marshals because it's good. Okay, Q3, Heat 2 for RX3. On the inside, Dominik Senegacnik. Then it's Samuel Kovacs, Václav Tuma, and on the outside, André Souza.
Look out for Souza. He had great starts yesterday. I reckon he can go around the outside.
Turning in from the outside, Johan, you've got a wider line so you can take more speed in, but you've got to be brave.
Yeah, but the inside line is a lot of better here because here is really much dusty and it's difficult to, you know,
to go all the way around the outside is tricky.
Yes.
Okay, so Rukkanen saying inside line.
At the same time, we heard a lot of drivers saying that there's more grip on the outer line, like P2, P3, P4.
At the start line.
Tend to be very good off the line.
But then on the run to the first corner, it's all about where the racing line is, isn't it? So let's see, can Souza get it done from the outside or not? Senegacnik, Kovacs and Tuma as well. Good start by Souza on the outside line and also by Senegacnik on the inside line. Senegacnik going to get there first. Souza goes deep on the brakes, trying to come around the outside through turn 1. That is brave. If you can stay there through turn 2, he'd be on the inside of turn 3. Thinks better of it, drops in. Nicely done holding on to P2. Good driving there.
Remember the first heat with Gellens and Souza there, Rogério Souza. It was kind of a similar start, but this time we saw Senegacnik challenging André Souza, like elbows out, and he won after 2 turns, where Gellens lost to Rogério.
2 cars at the back of the pack are gone. If I were Tuma, I might not have gone with Kovacs, but they both decided to go, so they feel they've got better pace than Souza in pick 2. Senegacnik is out front. How was warm-up for you, Johan?
I have some problem on the clutch again, and the throttle, what is the, you know, the electric throttle?
Yeah, electric throttle pedal.
It's fly-by-wire.
Yeah, it's broken and it's difficult, but I don't know.
Then they can get it fixed in time for Q3?
Yes,
okay.
Of course.
But it was broken already yesterday?
No.
Okay.
And how are you feeling about today? Everyone thinks the internal combustion car's great around here. It's tough against the electric cars.
Yeah, I don't know, we'll see, but now track looks better. Gravel section is not dusty and looks better.
Right, well, you got tons of support at home. We know that everybody loves the internal combustion cars. There we go, Souza. Is he going to lose out, Andreas? I think he is.
Senegacnik just had a very good opening lap, over a second quicker than Gellens' opening lap. Like I said, he's more aggressive. He wanted more. He's in the zone and the rhythm. Yesterday, Senegacnik had a great speed. Also caught up in a bit of traffic in Q2 there. So
Kovacs and Tuma, their tactics worked out perfectly as well. Both joking on lap 1. It's unusual with both cars to get the overlap, but they both got Souza. So only Senegacnik hasn't jokered. The gap is 5.1. That's easily enough. Andreas, if that was you, you'd stay out, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'll keep it going. 47.9, quickest lap time so far in RX3 today. So and he has the gap to joke with.
Retain it by 1.7 as we see in the background there. That's Kovacs, I think. No, it's not. It's Tuma. Sorry, Václav Tuma getting a bit sideways and coming under pressure from Souza from behind.
He was missing a few drive shafts to pull that move, you know. Because that was kind of like a supercar line, you know.
Yeah, it would have been a mid supercar line. Would have been backed in on the throttle all the way through the corner, but yeah.
What's your favorite section of the track there, Johan? You could bring one back home in the yard with you.
My favorite is the downhill here.
Yeah, so turn 4, 5, 6, 7, the combination there. It's brilliant, yeah, I like it.
The standard lap is so committed through this corner.
my favorite is the Joker lap.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Why? Because of the entry?
Yeah.
Here it is now. We're looking at the Joker lap on the left-hand side of your screen. That's Senegaknik going in with a 5.7 gap. It's come down a bit, so in P2,
I thought he was braking
well.
very early in the Joker. You know,
Safe.
sometimes you get the spotters in the air, you have good gap, don't push too much, you know, keep it clean.
Gellins holds the time of 3:23, but Senegaknik gets a 3:20.8.
Yeah, good drive there from Senegaknik. 47.9 is half a second faster than anybody else in his heat per lap times.
Very nicely done. Thumbs up from him and from us for that performance. He leads. Where is Kovacs? Kovacs goes in front of Gellins. Gellins at the minute holds on to P3. Nicely done. Final race of qualifying for Q3 for Euro RX3.
You had a really nice place to watch the racing.
Yeah, this is the best.
It's a great view. It's a great view, isn't it?
It's the same when I drive with Coley to the track. All you have to say to the marshals around, we are with TV, we are TV presenters. All of a sudden we get the VIP parking, we get the VIP view of the track. It's the best way to spectate the race.
So on the inside line for this one, then we've got João Ribeiro, then it's Balázs Komocsi, Rytis Gerklis, and Libor Tizes as well. Juha, do you want to go and get ready? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to let Juha go, because we've got another fantastic guest joining us in the studio here. Good luck, mate. So Juha Rukkanen heads off to his car. Let's get this race underway, and then we'll bring our next guest in.
A very, very good start from Komocsi.
Ribeiro on the inside as well, so Ribeiro gets down to turn 1 first. Let's get them all through there. Pretty tidy, no contact. And Ribeiro is through. So Ribeiro is the TQ at the minute, having won both the previous sessions yesterday. He had a clean sweep in Portugal, but he didn't make the final in Höljes. So he's only got a 1-point championship lead over Rytis Gerklis, who's in the green and black car, which is in P3, the Audi in P3. So let's see who goes Joker on the first lap. I reckon Gerklis will go if Komocsi doesn't. So Komocsi does and Gerklis doesn't. Good decision, late decision from Gerklis to Andreas. You can see that. Oh, backed in it right in. Come on, Gerklis. That's full send. He just holds the position, but I want to see more of this kind of thing, even though it's terrible for lap times.
I mean, they try to keep the pace from João Ribeiro there. I mean, he looks like a master. Just look at the way he's turning into the corners. He's been very aggressive with the steering wheel, especially into turn 4 and 5. Maybe we can see it in the shots here next up. He has a great driving style for these kind of front-wheel drive cars coming up here now.
We'll keep an eye on Komocsi as well. Komocsi is only 3.7. 3.7 at the minute would be enough for Tizes to hold on, but I want to bring our guest in first of all. Suzanne Hansen is in the commentary box with us. Welcome.
Thank you.
Good to have you here. I had Kenneth in here lots in Höljes, but I said this morning to Caroline, go and get me Susan. I want Susan in the commentary box. P3 has gone Joker. Tizes has gone. This is to try and cover off Komocsi in the background.
Yes, have a family team from Czech, awesome characters, very clean. Their awnings and kind of the camper van is parked so that they made a mat with, like, you call it a mat, a floor. One road leads you to the race car, one road leads you to the fun. So I think one road is led to the car and one road is led to the food table and the drinks and whatever. Yeah, I like this stuff. I'm going to show you guys a picture later, but
I
it looks cool.
If you can put it in your social media for the people at home. Susan, you bought your radio and your phone and everything you folded with you. What's your role here today when you head up to the spotters tower?
My role in the spotters tower is just to make sure they don't forget anything. We brief before, and there are certain things we need to hit, and I will make sure the spotters are doing what we plan. So
you're managing effectively both cars out there leaving the spotters, and then you've got an eye on what else is going on. So it's another set of eyes in the spotters tower.
Correct, yeah.
There's a lot going on up there. So we're looking now at the leaders. So Ribeiro and Gerklis, remember, haven't jokered yet. Komocsi is the danger man at 4.4. Lap times were quick this morning, Susan, but you guys have got more on your plate with the problem with Timmy's car. Do you know what's happened?
Yeah, if we're talking about yesterday or today.
So yesterday we know, I mentioned at the top of the show, changed the motor because of the gearbox leak, no penalty from the FIA, but then again, no running this morning. So what happened with the repairs?
Yeah.
Sorry, Joker first, then we'll come back to that. So the leader, Ribeiro and Gerkles have gone Joker. Komachi's hot on the inside line. I reckon Komachi might get this. It's going to be a very close merge. He does, and he gets P3. Great job by Ribeiro and Gerkles under huge pressure. Target time 3:20.8. They should just about get there over the line. They don't. Oh, 3:20.812. Oh, by 100th of a second. No, 1,000th. 1,000th of a second. Senegaknik holds on by 1,000th of a second. 3:20.811 and 3:20.812. That is unbelievably close. Ribeiro misses out on Q3 by 1/1000th of a second. Let's take a look at the results from that one. That is absolutely mad. So overall, that is not to Gerkles. Gerkles only 0.5 back. Komachi then so close at the merge as well. These are our 4 fastest drivers in RX3. But the session won by Senegaknik by 1/1000th of a second. Suzanne Hansen, that's close.
Oh, it's so mega racing.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
I can't take my eyes off it.
No, I love it. Honestly, I love it. We've got this incredible view of the track behind us as well, and Senegaknik takes Q3. Look at that, 1/1000th of a second at the top of the screen. Ribeiro won't get the clean sweep by 1/1000th. I mean, he might win Q4 anyway, but he won't be bothered. He'll still be in the TQ spot, but that is just how close it is. That's one spin of one wheel, isn't it? Amazing. Great stuff in turn one. Turn one's tricky here. I bet it makes you nervous, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It has a wall on the outside.
Yeah, there's walls everywhere here, aren't they? Tell us about Timmy while we look at the highlights. What's going on with the car?
Yeah, so they changed a lot on the car overnight, and he went out, did one lap, but misjudged the last corner, hit the wheel in the wall, ripped off the wishbone, but it's repairable. Right,
we didn't see that. We just saw it. We came to the commentary box and we saw it coming in on the trailer, so we'd assumed there was an issue from last night. Okay, so the car should be out.
The car should be out, and Timmy was really happy with the setup. He felt
I love that. Even though he hit the wall, I'm still happy.
He was still happy, you know. That's how it is sometimes. The car changed a lot, so you need to adapt quickly, and obviously he didn't adapt quickly enough, so he hit the wall.
Not quite. Didn't quite adapt quickly enough to the changing conditions. Let's take a look then at the standings for Euro RX3 after Q3. Ribeiro wins Q1 and Q2 this morning, loses Q3 by 1/1000th of a second. Komachi, who's been driving brilliantly all weekend, is in P2. Dominic Senegaknik, who won Q3. Look at that. That recovers the not so great result in Q2. They're your top 3. Gerkles is in the mix as well. It's going to be a fantastic day's racing for Euro RX3. Great stuff from the crowd there down looking on from the grandstands. This is us in the studio here. We're having a very nice day so far. It's not as hot as we thought it was going to be. They were saying 33 degrees, which would have been misery in the race cars. Yeah, Hungary, we have been here many times before, and it can be really, really super hot. So having some clouds today, we don't complain. The drivers are like a bit cooler, hopefully, but yeah, the weather can really play a big part in the whole game up here. Yeah, absolutely. We're going to head down to Andreas Bakkerud, who's with your son, Timmy Hansen.
Oh, really?
There he is. Andreas, you're there with Timmy. I've got Timmy's mum up here now. You better tell Timmy that Suzanne said he likes the car, but he apparently didn't adapt quickly enough. He hit the wall this morning.
Yeah. You know, actually this morning, me and Andrew, we were a bit late to the track this morning. So luckily Andrew knows all the guys, so we got VIP parking. But as we got into the track, I saw Timmy on the towing truck from the warm-up. What happened there? Did you hit the barrier?
Yeah, I did. The guys had to work like super late last night because we found the rear motor was full of gearbox oil, the electric motor, which isn't supposed to happen. So they had to work really late fixing that, replacing it. And the first thing I do, first lap in warm-up, I touch the wall. But in the podcast with me and Kevin, we talk about the book of driver excuses, and like my excuse this morning is that the car was actually so good, so I didn't expect it to turn in that well. So it's not my fault, right?
That's awesome. Hey, I saw you guys had great starts from the outside line yesterday. What's the chance for you to get a little bit more so that you can go ahead and go in?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think I would have, you know, in Q2 yesterday, it was only me and Baby up front, so, and he was next to me. So then I'm stuck with a really good start, but he is still on my inside. What do? You can't. I can't use my start. I think I just gotta try to do it, you know, repeat that good start and hope that I get a bit lucky with how the others start. And if the guy on my inside and maybe P2 doesn't get a great launch, then I have that space to do an outside move.
Thank you, Timmy.
There we go. Nicely done from Andreas Bakkerud, who's turning out to be an exceptional commentator and reporter, like as well as all the rest. Right, let's get ourselves underway with Euro RX1. Okay, the first race then for the European Rallycross Championship, RX1 supercar, if you're old school. On the inside line is Horvath. No, that's not. I think it's August in the in slot number 1, because that is, yeah, it's August. Then it's Laszlo Kiss, Moser and Volland is what we've got on our grids here. So Mandy August on the inside line, then Laszlo Kiss, Attila Moser on the outside, Niels Volland. Volland needs to get a really good start from here to try and cut in from the outside, which is what they were talking about with Timmy. If you get that inside line, with the outside line, if you get a good enough start, you can cut across. Oh no, and it's a jump start. It is a jump start. Now we can't see the indicator from here. The drivers will see. Susan, they see an indicator down there, don't they, which tells them who's done it normally?
Yeah, normally, yes. So 2 jokers coming up for him.
Yeah, that is the penalty, a double joker. And the delta here at 3 point, well, no, it's close to 3. Well, it's a lot. 2 jokers is a nightmare anytime.
Not a good ideal at all.
No. Remember Solberg in Mete, double joker and still got it done. That was impressive, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We got some great
Once
stories.
in a while.
Yeah, we got some great stories over the years. Oh, what about Kenneth and the car being sold to Andrew Jordan? So Andrew Jordan has bought one of Kenneth's old cars.
Yeah, but it's been owned by someone else than us when Jordan bought it. No, but we're looking forward to see how it can...
So am I.
Yes.
So he's worked in Andrew Jordan, if you're not familiar at home, started his career in Rallycross, then went on to become British touring car champion. Now runs a very successful, historic motorsport squad, racing at things like Goodwood and all around the world with some beautiful classic cars. But he's bought something that's not quite so classic. In which one is it? Is it
the C4?
The Citroen C4.
Yeah.
So he's bought a Kenneth Hansen Citroen C4, and he put a wonderful post on his Instagram the other day. Oh look, so they're not sure. So the double joker, who's it going to? Is it going to Volland or she's walking back? They'll all be a bit nervous now, won't they, about which one it is? Incidentally, the green lights on the top of the little sticks there by the marshals, that allows the driver to know how close they are to the jump start sensor. If you look down at the bottom of the car, there's a stick which is coming up from the floor, and that is actually the jump start sensor. That's also how we measure their reaction times. So we can measure their reaction time off the line. So that's fascinating. So the outside 2 went in response to Mandy August moving on the inside. So even though August didn't go from the line, it's her that gets the double joker lap. Watch the marshal now. She'll point at each driver and she'll point at the lights. Okay, take 2. Mandy definitely won't jump this start. I say that, she'll be praying not to. Good start by Kiss from P number 2 on the grid. Volland didn't get there, was hoping to come around the outside, got a good reaction time. Mandy August inside Volland as well for P3, but it is Kiss and then Attila Moser in P2. Volland got to P3 and Mandy at the back of the pack. So it's trying to do a start, Susan, after a jump start is horrible because you're already nervous about not messing it up again. Yeah,
so you really need to hold back, and it's very frustrating. It's like more nervous than ever to slip the clutch or like, that can't happen.
So she goes joker with Volland on lap 1. Good decision by Volland. If P2 doesn't go, P3 nearly always does. And he's lucky Mandy's gone with him because he won't want to get caught in traffic when he comes out. She has 2 jokers to do. Graphics bottom left, you can see an explainer of how the graphics work. If it lights up, then that's when that driver is in the joker lap. But that depends where the indicator is in the track. So we have little loops which go under the track and transponders on the car, and that's what updates for you guys and us as well, the timing screens here. But this is the World Championship. We're lucky enough to have 3 timing loops, so 3 sectors and the joker indicator. Kiss is wildly sideways up here through turn 3 on the entry to 4.
So fast, so fast.
It's good,
isn't it? Nailing that. Such a small window to need to hit. This
bit here, Susan, this is the bit that kind of is so impressive to me. And all the drivers say they love both the standard and the joker lap.
Yeah.
Do you get nervous for the boys still?
Yes, always, always. I don't know.
My mum did when I used to compete. I think up the inside. Up the inside, Volland has been passed there. So Volland with Moser going up the inside line. Volland ran a little bit deep. Yeah, I think you can't help it. You're a parent.
Yes.
I guess that's hard. I mean, is there a little bit of you that would like to drive a team without your 2 sons in it? you know, to manage the team if the boys were off doing other things?
It's two ways of being nervous. Of course, I'm nervous for them being my sons, and I want them to be happy. But it's also competition, and with competition, you come with that little bit of stress. So I will be nervous, whoever will be competing, because
I get it. So,
I love competition.
So even if you signed two drivers who were not your sons, I get it. But that's part of sport, isn't it? Kiss comes from the Joker lap and gets away. Volland's going to get back alongside in the background. There's a bit of a battle going on between Moser and Volland. Has he got there? He hasn't. Moser managed to get the position back. They cross the loop in a different position around, but Laszlo Kiss has done the joke and comes out in front. It's a decent battle between Moser and Volland, but they're losing time. Don't want to fight too much when you're out on track. I guess you would have raced here back in the days that you would have been here back in the days with Kenneth racing here?
Yeah, several times.
And 7 times?
Several times.
Several times.
Several times.
Is it a track that Kenneth likes?
Yeah, you know, it's a track that you really need to be brave.
Yeah.
You need bravery here.
Yeah.
To stick to that, to commit to the corners like that. That is like bravery.
Yeah, it's very quick up at the back of the circuit. Kiss is coming around for the checker flag now. This will give us an idea of what the times are like today. He crosses the line and he gets a 3:11.444. Now looking at yesterday, wouldn't have been enough to win yesterday's session, but the quick drivers are still to come. Now in RX3, I think the first race went quicker than that, so maybe the track is getting a bit dustier. So what time do you need to go up to the tower?
Yes, like about now.
Okay, is that what you were looking at me for? I get it.
No worries. Now the spotters tower is just next to us, so I will be on time. I saw they took out the water a bit now, so
yeah. So
let's check the times if it's drying up quickly enough for our sessions.
Right, Laszlo Kiss takes the win with 3:11.444. I'm going to thank Susan Hansen because she needs to get up to the tower, and we're going to pass down to Andreas Bakkerud. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in a bit.
Yeah, we're right now at the pre-grid, basically where all the cars and teams meet up before they go to the start grid. We got the Euro RX won the last heat of them. We got the World Championship back here. We got Clara. High five and best of luck for the heat. We got both the CE dealer team in pole and second. We have Johan here. I actually had a photo with you yesterday without you knowing, because I saw the onboard of Clara was on the TV truck's desk kind of thing. That was awesome. We got Niklas in P2. Ida, #1 mechanic, which used to be my mechanic in 2018 for EKS. Best of luck, and we go back to the studio.
Thank you, Andreas Bakkerud. I say he's becoming an exceptional television presenter as well as commentator, isn't he? What a good lad. Right, let's get ourselves ready for Euro RX 1 Q3 Heat 2. Zoltán Kontek on the inside, then Otto Horvath, Mark Moser and Mika Limatainen on the outside. So Limatainen got to try and get a great start from the outside, but that's what everybody across the grid is doing. Otto Horvath yesterday, the Red Skoda in P2 was really aggressive in the start. Horvath gets a good start, so does Kontek inside, but the best start is on the outside of the grid. Limatainen gets there first, shuts the door across, doesn't get picked up from behind. That's a fantastic result for Limatainen. Limatainen currently P2 in the standings. Overall, having been third in Portugal and third in Höljes as well. And yesterday sitting in P4 with a P3 and a P9. Oh, that's sideways and a spin for Horvath in the dust at the top of the track. Avoids being collected, rolls the Skoda back round and gets away again. Nice bit of car control to get that done. From P2, Kontek has gone into the Joker lap, and Moser, Mark Moser, who yesterday was flying as well, has gone with Limatainen. So, Kontek comes out behind Moser, having jokered. That's going to be frustrating. Would have wanted to get a bit of clear track. I think would have assumed that Moser might have been a little bit closer to Limatainen. So a battle between these two, but say Moser's still got to Joker. Moser with a brand new engine, and those are the ex-MJP cars. He was telling us about the Pipo engine, and now they push their luck a bit with the rebuilds, because the rebuilds are quite expensive. So I think he was running about double the kilometres that the teams recommend. Limatainen down into the standard lap again. Look at the commitment through there. Runs a bit deep onto the dirt. You can get away with that in a supercar. Rotate it early and get on the throttle if you need to. Moser goes Joker, and that releases Kontek, so that's a result for him. 3.8 though It's too big a gap at the moment. Can Konchak close that down? And might we now see Limitainen? If the team knows 3.9, the gap's going up, I think they'll keep him out. Andreas Bakkerud is running back to the corner position like an athlete. And Limitainen goes through turn 2 and runs the car out just underneath our tents here for the commentary position. Look at that, the camera moves as the breeze comes past. Limitainen with a gap of 4.1. The Joker predictor is saying that it's going to be 0.1 of a second. I think it's shorter than that, the Joker. It was shorter than that, certainly. It was 3.6 for RX3, so I reckon it'll be less than 4. But let's see. Limitainen into the Joker now. Konchak on the inside has brought the gap down by 1/10 of a second. Predictor says 4. Round the outside, Limitainen is going to get there too. Well, it's not far off, is it? But so Limitainen retains the lead. Andreas, you're back. Have you got your breath back?
Yeah, just barely.
Yeah, well
I'm still new to this, right? And doing that the kind of grid piece there, it's a challenge because you know you get from the producer Matt, like you only got 35 seconds and 3/10, you know. High five. This is this guy. This is tire warming. Blah blah blah. I don't know.
That was brilliant, mate. And we spoke this morning in the car here, didn't we, about the similarities between live TV and the race team. You know that there's a whole team of people behind us who are working hard in the truck and a whole team on the event. And we get to take the glory on the desk, a bit like when you're in the car, but actually you can't do the job without everybody else in the team behind us.
100%.
And everything is to the 10th of a second, just like it is in the car. Limitainen coming round, target time 3:11.4, going to get there, definitely. Gun it over the line, Mika, let's go. And he does, 3:08.1. Limitainen now leads the session. Yes, Andreas, Mika had a P3 and a P9, but I don't remember what happened for the P9 because I don't remember what happened at breakfast time, so it's hard for me to know what happened.
But I must say, I'm very impressed with Mika. He's very consistent, very good. Like I spoke with Toppy, his spotter and race engineer, and he's such a gentleman driver. Want to learn, want to become better. Mika is awesome.
Yeah, he's great. As we say, 2 P3s in the championship so far. He's some 14 points behind Bolevsky, but definitely making less mistakes than Bolevsky, but Bolevsky's pulling it out of the bag come the final. So Limitainen leads Q3 with a 3:08.1. One race left in this one, 5 cars in this, which always makes turn 1 a bit more exciting. Niklas Gronholm gets his lid on up in the holding area. He'll then strap himself in the car. They'll drive down under the tunnel to the holding area where they can do a tyre warm now. They haven't done a tyre warm for at least a season, but they've brought it back to help the internal combustion drivers try to get an idea. Look at Vaby wandering up and having a look at everybody's tyres as well. Lots of mind games going on up there. Euro RX1 Q3 Heat 3, it's their final qualifying race of this session. On the inside line is Damian Litvinovic, then it's Andor Trepak, who yesterday was absolutely brilliant, 19-year-old in one of the Renault Megans. Rennie Munich, Yuri Bolevsky and Tamas Karai. This is a great lineup on the grid.
Yeah, like I said, I rewatched Q1 from Trepak this morning, and Q1 he was flawless, didn't make a single mistake.
Got to get a good launch in the Megane, that was always tricky, Andreas said. Let's see if he gets one this time.
Good reaction.
He does, but it's a better start for Bolevsky in slot number 4. Bolevsky goes late on the brakes and just gets fired out through the gap in the front. Karai trying to come a long way around. Karai going to get there. Karai tries around the outside in turn 3. Can't quite do it. If he got that turn in a little bit better, he might have got around the outside of the lead.
Yeah, it was elbows out there. He tried to go around the outside. It didn't really pay off for him, but only lost 1 position. So Trepak slotted in P4. Wonder who goes Joker.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. Is Litvinovic going to go? Trepak goes early. Great decision, and nobody in front.
A little bit late, very wide, but he saved it there.
He did sideways. We just saw when you were out the box, Andreas.
I just looked around from a different angle here. He did a great exit of the Joker.
Yeah,
big send.
Absolutely brilliant. You can get away with it in a supercar, can't you? Well, you can't in an RX3 car. So Bolevsky up into turn 2. Behind him, Litvinovic and Karai. Trepak now is going to come up behind Munich, but I think Munich might go Joker on this lap from P4.
Yeah.
Try and cover Trepak off. I think he's probably going to be too late already.
Munich, a very quick driver. He has a strong team. He's been in the sport for a long time, but he struggles when it's dusty, you know. That's his Achilles. It's the worst thing you know. Visibility and not to be able to see the braking points and stuff like that. Big bummer for Trepak, which now caught up with Rene. He's obviously carrying a lot of speed. I see his sector times are right up there with Bolevsky. He's actually gone 2 tenths slower in sector 2 in the second lap, but same sector 1 and same sector 3. So
absolutely brilliant. I love. We mentioned it a lot, but when the drivers come to the commentary box, literally they're looking at the pictures as much as the timing, and Andreas able to analyse that.
Litvinowicz right there with Belevsky. Remember now, Belevsky's car is kind of like one of the newer model of EKS, where Litvinovic's car is the 001. Litvinowicz is doing a great job. I mean, Belevsky with so much experience, with high pace, winning races for so long. Litvinowicz coming in brand new to the championship last year. He's doing great.
He's gone Joker and he comes out in front of Trepak. Munich's gone Joker as well, so Trepak will move up into P4 with Munich dropping down. Litvinowicz at 3.4 back. He's a threat here to Belevsky out front. Belevsky's fastest lap was a few tenths quicker than Trepak's, but we're now looking at Litvinowicz as the main rider of the lap with a bit of clear air. Let's take a look at what the predictor says. The predictor says that he'll lose it. Okay, well, we'll see. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, sector 1 so far, we've only got Belevsky's 22-0, the same as Litvinowicz.
Belevsky goes Joker, Karai will go with him. So this is Belevsky versus Litvinowicz on the inside. Litvinowicz coming in hot. Going to try and get the rotation on the car between. Belevsky's going to come around the outside, and Belevsky gets it done, so he holds on.
A mistake by Litvinowicz and Trepak in turn 8 there.
Belevsky, target time 3:08. Is he going to get there? 3:08.175. It's another super close one, but it's not quite enough. So Limitainen wins the session with a 3:08.145. Fantastic. Great stuff from Euro RX 1. Stay with us because, of course, we've got World RX coming up next. Going to be great fun. Q3. Results of this one then, Yuri Belevsky 3:08.175, but Limitainen did a 3:08.148, so super close. Litvinowicz P2, Trepak P3, he's going to be right in the mix, Karai and Munich. Andreas, when you left the commentary box earlier, the RX3 session was won by 1/1000th of a second.
That's awesome. Who took it?
Ribeiro was P2.
Okay, yeah.
Ribeiro was P2, so he was, it was whoever won the last race took it, you know what I'm like. Let me look and see.
Senegaknik.
Yes, Senegaknik. Yeah, so Ribeiro won the last race, but was 0.001 slower. Absolutely incredibly close between them.
You know, in Euro RX1 here, actually, Tommy Karai, the home local hero and owner of the tracks, at the quickest lap time. But he's still struggling in the starts. His reaction times aren't always on point, and sometimes he's doing a few mistakes here and there. Ended up P4 in the heat, but I saw also on the warm-up this morning, combined with World RX, he did great.
Fantastic. He should know the track quite nicely, but I would have loved it if he'd pulled off that round the outside in turn 2, just to try and get themselves in. The fans are here in the shade. Me and Andreas now are properly in the sun, but I think we got
burning.
away with it.
My legs are burning.
The bugs are here as well now. Litvinowicz sits in the TQ spot ahead of Trepak, the 19-year-old in the Megane, on his first entry in European Rallycross Championship for Supercar. He did RX3 last year. Limitainen with a great result there into P3. Belevsky is in P4. Let me look at where they were last night.
It's very tight from 6th to 2nd. Litvinowicz has a little, not a big gap, I would say.
So yeah, Limitainen's moved up 1 place. Belevsky's actually moved up 2 places with that result, and Litvinowicz and Trepak remain in P1 and P2 between the two of them. So great stuff. Intermediate standings with 1 qualifying session left to go. It's still tight between Litvinowicz and Trepak for the top qualifier here in Hungary. Look at them with their lovely shelters, Andreas. I mean, luckily we've only got 2 races to go, so I think we'll be all right. The sun is in the back here the whole morning. And then we've got the bright lights here as well. I feel like a gremlin, you know. Bright.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I can't really see the screen.
No, we switch them off.
Yeah.
Look, there's everybody down in the pre-grid area waiting and watching to see Timmy's car repaired. It was great. Susan had just said before about him, she said he loved the car, but he didn't adapt quick enough. I love that. It's great, isn't it? But he'll be gutted to do that to the mechanics.
Yeah.
World Rallycross Championship round 3 from Nyirád in Hungary. It is the CE dealer team teammates on the inside, side by side, Clara Anderson and Niklas Gronholm. Then you've got Juha Röttkönen, and on the outside, Kevin Hansen.
it's a hard position for Niklas, you know, fighting for the championship, and having your teammate on your inside is never easy. You know, on various occasions, I had Ken Block on my inside, or Mattias Ekström, or Reini Snittish, Timmer, you know. I had a lot of teammates, and you need some respect.
You have to show extra respect, don't you, to what they do. So let's see. Rukkanen, of course, with the internal combustion car, lights up the anti-lag, ready for the start. Can he get it done or not?
Great direction from Niklas.
Great start from all the electric cars. Rukkanen not quite there. Niklas gets in front. Oh, contact. Kevin ends up going sideways in turn 1. He just saves it. Rukkanen gets into P3, but it's Niklas from Clara, then Johan Rukkanen and Kevin Hansen.
I must say the engine noise from Johan's car sounds a little bit different, but it sounds so good.
It does, it does. What do you reckon he needed at the start? Maybe one more click on the RPM. It just bogged a tiny bit, didn't it?
I think also his reaction time wasn't awesome. Niklas, he was spot on. I also saw a different face on Niklas this morning, seeing Johan going into the Joker, a perfect kind of entry to the Joker. Quick rotation here, straighten up the car.
Good decision, I think, but do you reckon they'll now send Clara to defend that position on the next lap? Because if they give him a lap or two, he'll try and close that gap down.
I don't know, because I see Clara when she's driving, she's really good at following others, and I see the gap now towards Niklas. She could break on it.
Go with it. So send the two teammates together. And then, if they're together on lap 3, do you then split the strategy for the final lap or not, for safety?
It depends on the gap from Clara to Niklas. But yeah, it's important to beat everyone in your heat. So you're racing against everyone. Right now, Clara doesn't have the gap to Rukkanen, or it's very tight, you know.
Kevin Hansen can't go either.
A little mistake from Clara there in turn 8. Running a little bit wide.
Got away with the exit.
Yeah.
The exit, look at that. The exit, look at that. She's almost, maybe that's the mistake to make her.
Yeah.
Like, it worked out well, didn't it? 0.9 of a second back, Clara on Niklas. And Clara Anderson, Niklas this morning, Andreas, you were off in the paddock. I think you've gone to speak to Yuri Belevsky. And Niklas was so close to the barrier between turns 2 and 3. He put in a hell of a lap, didn't he, in warm-up?
Yeah. No, I didn't see that, but I heard about it.
It was tight. Yeah, I know you
Yeah.
looked at the lap times and said it was a good one. So Gronholm and Clara, do they split the strategy or do they go together? They go together.
Listen to the tire screen.
That's the one thing, isn't it, about electric,
yeah.
is you get an idea of how hard they're pushing. They've all stayed out because they haven't got, well, Gronholm might have enough, yeah. Gronholm will have enough over Rukkanen. Clara is borderline. Kevin, I don't think, has got enough of a gap, has he? Well, yeah. Maybe. It's close.
Yeah, to be honest, Kevin is struggling a little bit. It's very tight in this heat. The lap times are very even, but Kevin is running a little bit slower. Actually, Johan Rukkanen dropped 3/10 the last lap.
So Rukkanen hasn't put in the most perfect lap there. At the minute, it would say Kevin holds on by a 10th, and Andreas, you said Johan made a mistake.
Yeah, it looks like sector 1 in his lap 3 wasn't great, so he dropped 3/10 off to Kevin and 4/10 off to Niklas.
They're all going to go Joker this time, so the 3 electric cars into the Joker, the internal combustion machine on the inside line. Can Rukkanen make up any places here?
It was a very good...
Mistake 2 cost. It's a great one by Niklas and by Clara. Oh no, Rukkanen's out almost in the wall, runs the car deep into the dirt, holds on to it, but Niklas Gronholm's going to get this, and it'll give us an indicator of track conditions. He crosses the line for a 3:07.6. Yes, so that's his, what is that? That's his fastest time of the weekend so far. But yesterday, Johan was in the 3:06s to win both sessions. Andreas, what do you think about track conditions? Because it's dusty now.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I just saw Johan lost 2 seconds on his last lap to himself, so he would have been P3, so he's not going to feel great about that.
No, he'd be frustrated too deep on the standard lap, but it's such a committed break. That's what I love about the Joker and the standard lap. If you want to risk it, if you want the time, you've got to risk it. If you get it wrong, you lose a load of time. Good stuff. Gridding up for the final race of qualifying 3 down at the start line.
Also, when you're on that outside line, P4, like we saw Kevin here, obviously many times you want to do the undercut, you know, and play kind of safe to get a better position for the next qualifying heat. But he ended up kind of like, I saw Timmy also yesterday having great launches and then ending up like it takes so much time to start braking and then go back in.
Yeah.
You kind of want to have a bit of a bad start if you're going to make that move. So yeah, ended up in a bit of a no man's land, you know.
Final race of qualifying 3 here for World RX round 3 at Hungary. Heat number 2, Johan Kristoffersson on the inside line, OC Baby next to him, Patrick O'Donovan is in slot number 3, and Timmy Hansen in slot number 4. The leader of the European Rallycross Championship, Yuri Belevsky, joins us. I'll bring you in a minute. Yuri, let's get the race underway first of all. Patrick O'Donovan in the sole internal combustion car in the same grid slot that Juha Rutkinen was in. Look at Patrick now. His eyes are on the lights already. Has a quick glance down the dash, pulls on the handbrake. He'll sit the rear of the car down. Needs a banger of a launch. He's going to go. He doesn't, unfortunately. Timmy Hansen on the outside, having damaged the car. Johan on the inside. Contact between him and OC Baby. Timmy's now outside. Patrick O'Donovan on the inside of Timmy Hansen. Patrick might hold on here, but Timmy will have the inside line with the right-hander. And that should see Patrick drop back. So Timmy Hansen going to get P3. But it is Kristoffersson who leads up at the top of the hill from OC Baby. And Timmy and Patrick. Who's going to go Joker, Andreas?
I reckon Timmy will Joker.
I think you're right. The lead to go, and he doesn't, Patrick, but it's okay.
A very late decision. Again, another day where I see Patrick didn't have any good reaction. He's so much up and down. I kind of, he's still 21 years old, but like I told you, you need to split the work task into different groups. Number 1 key, nail the start, go on the green, react fast, then focus on the next corner.
Yeah. Yuri, how's it going?
So far all okay. A bit, I would say, struggling with pace. Missing 2-3 tenths maybe to be perfect, but yeah, I'm always watching Johan. He's for sure an inspiration.
Do you watch the other races when you can and try and do you go back of an evening and look at the footage?
For sure, for sure. We have even the footage from the last year, especially of Johan. I think now you can see corner number 8, this left-hander. Look at his car. He is so consistent there, you know. Very smooth, very gentle, no sideways action. Excellent.
I love that. So that's the one specific corner that you notice he absolutely nails every time.
The thing with which he's mentioning turn 8 is kind of you have a chicane after it. So if you manage to get a good enough line and careful on the throttle, you can kind of like shortcut that turn 9, 8B, I would say, and 9, and have a very nice line into 9, 10.
Yeah. And especially with electric, so much power they have. He can just put that down.
So Kristoffersson comes through. We've got Kevin Hansen has joined us in the commentary box as well. Baby's gap now back. So Timmy goes Joker in the background. O'Donovan with the standout. Timmy backing it in, using you can use the dust to get some rotation on the car. On the inside line, Patrick O'Donovan. Timmy will light the throttle up and should get there first. So he comes through. So Timmy Hansen holds P3.
Can I ask you guys that drives, is there any benefit on taking the Joker early or late on this track?
Not really from a merge perspective. Maybe a little bit advantage if you take it before, because you're ahead in the merge, but it's a tenth or two, so not massive. It's more, I think, today tricky in the dust. If you take it early, you get that massive cloud of dust when you're following a couple of seconds behind.
Visibility more than anything.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, one more thing I would add from my side, that when you take the Joker ahead of someone, I think you can kind of slow them down a bit going into the Joker. Yes. You have to brake earlier for the left-hander than the braking point for the Joker.
So you can compromise the main lap with your entry speed. Kristoffersson and Baby in the Joker. In the background, Timmy coming through on the final lap. Kristoffersson's target time is at 3:07. He's going to get that absolutely over the line. Kristoffersson smashes it. So Kristoffersson with a 3:04.8. Well, not by as much as no, it is. Yeah, it was 3:07 for Gronholm. I lost the time. On board, that's the
I
other
just
thing.
hear Johan. I think he was happy about this. He did a 44.46 in lap 2. I think that's a track record. If we take away the warm-up this morning, because he drove even faster.
He loves it, doesn't he? Like going for a specific lap time. So Johan Kristoffersson with a 3:04.8 wins Q3 and continues his potential clean sweep here in Hungary. OC Baby's teammate is P2. Where's Baby going to go in the session behind Gronholm? So Gronholm remains in P2 here. Will that give him back second place in the standings? We'll have a look at that in a minute. Clara Anderson, Johan coming back. Look, he's loosened off the belts. He's just looking over the top of the front of the car. Patrick lost the start. Manages to get inside Timmy here on the run into turn 3. There's the side-by-side.
So tricky to make a difference here with the electric. It's quite a high grip start line, and you can see we're all so equal going down to turn 1, which is a nightmare in this turn 1 with the walls everywhere.
Yeah, you don't need it, do you? You don't need it. So
we haven't spoken with you this weekend, Kevin, but I feel that you haven't been right there on pace. Normally you would be up there. Like You went a few tenths slower than Timmy in the same car.
Yeah.
What's up?
It's really not really struggling. Like it feels pretty okay. Yesterday felt pretty okay, but just today too, we're just trying to find something and we just nowhere. It's depressing.
Yeah.
It's so depressing. I'm gonna turn this car upside down for the next one, because I mean we're nowhere. I mean we were on pace to win the first weekend of the year, so like something is just disastrous.
So what are you gonna do? You're gonna have a massive setup change.
I gotta do a Petter Solberg. We changed everything.
Yes, Kevin, that's what we want. That is exactly what we want. Right, let's take a look at the standings so far. So Johan Kristoffersson with 3 session wins on 150. OC Veiby, look, is only 1 point ahead of Niklas Gronholm. So whether Gronholm or Veiby gets that result could see who gets pole in the second semi-final. Remember, the odds will go to semi-final 1 and the evens to semi-final 2. You really do want pole here. You've got an advantage of a line stop, and you've got the inside line down to turn 1. Timmy Hansen is in P4, Patrick on P5, Clarence in P6, Kevin Hansen 7th, Rutkanen is 8th. We've got one more qualifying session to go here in Hungary. Great stuff here in Hungary as we get the end of qualifying 3 done. It is boiling hot. I guess this is not ideal. This is quite lightweight.
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
it protects you from the sun.
Yeah, I'm sweating.
Yeah.
Standing here dripping in sweat.
My legs are burning. I forgot sunscreen. I forgot sunscreen.
Like, it's cloudy. We're not going to get sunburned. We're not going to get sunburned. Lads, what do you think of the commentary position, first of all?
Absolutely beautiful. I mean, I prefer to stand here probably than being on track at the moment.
It's great. It is mega.
With your pace, yeah. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
I agree. That's what I was getting at. Do you want to try it?
Yes. Maybe we have to change a few things on the look of the car.
Oh yeah, I'm with you. We have a conflict of interest.
We can make an exemption.
Okay, I get it. I love this. I'm Kevin, in all seriousness.
So you heard it here first. I'm Andreas Bakkerud. I'm racing.
What are you going to do? Are you going to make some changes?
Yeah, I mean we have
to try something.
We have gone down one way of the setup, and we can't go more because it didn't give us enough. So we will just try something. We'll just change the philosophy.
In all fairness, I was listening in on the Hansen brothers podcast a few times, and you guys say that you're so happy with the car, with the speed. It feels great. And honestly, I did the EOT test, and when I drove you guys' car, I put in 4 great lap times. I came back to the tent. I didn't know my lap times. I said to the guys from FIA, dang, it felt good. I must have been up there fighting for good lap times with the overall field. But actually, I was slowest in your car.
Yeah.
So is it is it maybe too easy to drive, Kevin? It's for the people at home really trying to explain, because you get in a car and you drive it as fast as you can, but it could be, if it can go faster, you make some tweaks.
I think the Haas drivers in F1 are driving as fast as they can, but they're not winning any races either.
I get it.
I have a tip for you. If you take the wheels on the roof and turn the car upside down, sometimes
it could be quite a good performance actually. But I mean, we're I don't know. We've had this feeling since 2018. We look at the Polo, we say it's so good traction, but still they maintain mid-corner grip, and we are just with the car we have. So we just have to try and see something, try and think a little bit more 2018 way maybe, to see if we can think of something, go back a little bit more towards that direction. But because where we're going down right now is just not adding any opportunity to win. So,
okay, good stuff. Starts here, tricky, always.
Yeah. Starts has been good.
That's the problem. Like, we're starting good, but we're just on the outside also.
Because I mentioned earlier, like when you're on the outside, sometimes it's good to do an undercut, but you guys have had too good of a start to actually back off a lot to slot back in. So, yeah, tough position.
Yeah, exactly. I think the next race will be a practice for us to see if we find something, and then for the semi we'll try and go, because then everything is, it's rallycross. Anything can happen, so we will try and go for it from semis and onwards.
The guys in the truck have got the start from last year. Let's have a look at last year. I wasn't here last year, so let's take a look at how it panned out at the start. We're all looking down at the monitor if you're wondering. This is the run-off down towards the move in the background straight to the inside line. Okay, it was this one. I didn't realise that was the final.
I recommended that move to Niklas because he was so disappointed yesterday how far behind he was. I said, you can always do that if you want. Then you have sorted Johan out.
And what did you get?
He just said, maybe someone else can do it for me.
He's pretty calm. Yeah, maybe someone else can do it for me.
Seeing the move, what I was interested in was the back of the pack, the immediate move to the inside line, because you want everyone to run wide here and sneak up the inside, but people don't tend to run wide. They know that.
No, because that wall is daunting. So,
right.
you know, if you send it, like I could have probably braked later in that last corner, but also, you know, if you take that little bit extra risk, it is not many centimeters so you hit the outside wall, and that's a painful one because there is no tire barriers all the way around. It's a rail there as well, so it's such a
and the line is dustier on the outside.
Yeah, exactly. So if you get there just half a car length off the line in the apex of one, you're in the dust as well, and you just slide off. So
basically, everyone's going to move to the inside as quickly as they can. I get it. So one last question for all of you. Obviously, Yuri driven a couple of the cars. I think you had the Peugeot before. Now you're in the Audi. Kevin, obviously, Andreas has had this wonderful situation where he's driven all the other cars. You guys have been in those cars for 7 years now. Would you love to try the other cars like Andreas did at the EOT test? What do you think,
for sure.
What do you think you would take from that, like from a driver and an engineer point of view?
It would just be interesting to try for sure. But we also know what the difference is, so we don't need to. We don't need to almost feel it. We just want to build something different ourselves and go. Because, I mean, like you said, Andreas, there is a lot of difference between the cars. Some is harder to drive, some is easier. I think ours sometimes is a bit easy. But also, it's such a fundamental problem. Like, the weight is where it is, the geometry is where it is. So you can't do crazy amounts.
But at the same time, just me looking from the outside, you guys at Hansen Motorsport, you have Kevin Hansen, you know, the legend in the sport, yourself, Timmy, Susan, all your staff, they have so much experience. Can't you make some tweaks in the workshop to get back up there on pace? Like, I mean, you guys have been involved for so many years and you have won so many titles. You have so much backing and so much passion. Where is that now? We need that back, you know?
Yeah, this is the problem with the current regulation because we're only allowed to do 2 changes to the whole car per year with the jokers. So
you would
we have done some changes, but you know you can't change the complete philosophy because then you use too much changes, and it's to save money. So you limit the amount of changes you can do. So we're not allowed to change too much, and then we're kind of stuck. So I just pray for the new regulation to come in.
I was just about to say, we spoke yesterday, Anton, Mark and Christian Sabo, everyone's saying it's too expensive at the minute, we'd love to come back. Would you guys build new cars if the new regulations came?
100%, and we will build the best bloody car on the grid.
Yes,
I can't wait. I just want the new car so badly.
You mean the second best car?
Right, I want to bring Yuri in quickly.
Yeah.
So Yuri, well, you've driven the Audi and the Peugeot. Would you like to try the Polo?
For sure. The Polo, I would say, is one, but I think it should be not so far away from our car because same engine, same shocks, same everything. So I think probably in some small tweaks and bits, probably the setup, but I don't expect it to be that much different. I think Hyundai can be fun.
Yeah, for those of you watching, you know, the philosophy on the Audi and the VW Polo is kind of similar. It's just engineered by different people, but like Yuri's saying, engine, gearbox, shocks, differentials, very, very similar.
Yeah, right. We need Yuri in the World Championship.
We need all these guys from the World Championship. Yuri, you are not. You carry on doing what you're doing in the European Championship. Kevin, Yuri, Andreas, thank you so much. That's Q3 done and dusted. It won't be long until Q4, so we'll let the drivers get back to their tents. You guys make sure you join us live and free on YouTube. Kristoffersson at the minute is at the top of the standings. He's super close in both Euro and in RX3. So yeah, join us very shortly indeed as we get Q4 underway here in Hungary. Round 3 of the FIA World Rallycross Championship. We'll see you then.